Good morning, all. How's it going? It's your boy ZakNoC here. Sorry I'm late, y'all. I was busy as hell over the past week or so. Hope y'all are staying hydrated. Hope y'all are doing everything that you need to be doing in your day-to-day. You might be noticing that above me in this little thing, I did manage to get the chat on the screen. I did some Googling. I figured it out. So, looking forward to missing way fewer of you guys' messages and actually kind of seeing what's going on. Yeah, there you go. You guys are you guys are confirmed now. You guys are immortalized. So don't say any fuck shit in there. Seriously, I don't want to get demonetized. Actually, I'm not monetized in the first place, but we're working on it. Word, man. Yeah, sorry the show wasn't yesterday at 10 a.m. as it usually is. I had a prior obligation at my university. One of the courses that I'm taking this semester is public debates and politics. I'm a poli-sci minor right now, although I'm thinking of switching my major topic, but that's a conversation for another time. But yeah, I ended up doing my debates for the semester, and they were sat in on by some members of our school's debate team, and some other extracurricular kind of vibes. So I ended up getting invited to a Model UN conference through doing that. So I had to prepare for it. I was representing the delegation of Germany. Essentially what Model UN is you just go in and you you have a you mimic the real life UN. You're like LARPing as a UN delegate, essentially. So, it's super cool. It's a really good time. There's awards. I ended up winning an award, which I'm very proud of. So yeah, sorry I wasn't here for the feedback show yesterday, guys. I was out there fighting on behalf of Germany and the people of Afghanistan regarding the situation in Afghanistan. So yeah, it was a very nerdy day for me. But hey, here to do the feedback show with you guys. I'm super psyched to see that we got our boy SVG in here again. What's up, Ryan? Yeah, we had 6 entries into the cipher this week. I think we had 4 beats, and I actually did contribute to the instrumentals as well. So yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff, man. I'm really excited to get into it. And actually, because we kind of skipped over the beat challenge last time, just because I wanted to have enough entries for it to be like a fun thing for everybody involved, I think we're gonna start off with the beats this time. I did have time to prepare feedback for the beats. Unfortunately, I'm going to be reacting to the ciphers totally off the cuff this week. Not only did I have all of my other Model UN obligations, but I also have a ton of term papers and that sort of thing coming up. So every second I'm not on this stream or at work, I'm probably at school. So it's 2 more weeks. Literally, my final thing is handed in on the 16th. So we're good there. Hey, thank you, Cliff. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I ended up getting an award for my position paper. We write essays prior to the conference, essentially explaining our country's position, some of the historical data, et cetera. So they gave awards for a couple of things. One of them was outstanding position papers, and that's what I got one for. So I'm very proud. Yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to get right into the beat challenge entries, just because we'd been sleeping on the beat challenge last week due to a reduction of entries, or not last week, but last session. So yeah, let's get it in there, y'all. Let's get this going. All right. First up, we've got u/Uncle Deedit on the subreddit, also known as my boy Jester. Low key, we got some stuff cooking right now. It's going to be real fire. Should be out very soon, I hope. So yeah, he gave us a really wicked beat this week. So let's see what he was cooking up. I'll play into the first chorus. If y'all ain't got headphones on, get headphones on, because there's some sick panning in this one. So dreamy. I love this shit. It's wet. All right, we'll cut this one there just because you know how the beats are. But man, my boy Jester, you already forgotten what this beat sounds like. That's so funny, man. You always working. That bass line specifically, homie, was like buttery smooth as fuck. I absolutely love that chop. It really gives me some like old school Ye vibes, some like light old school Ye vibes. Obviously, he relies a little bit more on like the vocal and the vocal pitched chops, but all in all, it was a really dope cut for sure. Really well mixed for the most part. The panning that starts kicking in around the second verse is absolutely nuts. And like how you start bringing in extra elements in that hook section as well. Like it's really cool. I do feel like the whooshes that you kind of have worked into the hook though. There's like those that kind of come in. I do feel like they're mixed a little loud. I was getting a little distracted in the hook section, but all in all, like they seemed like a solid placement there. It didn't seem like that was the problem. They just seemed a little loud to me. Overall, I don't have too many critiques on this. It's a pretty straightforward, well-produced jazzy hip hop cut. Maybe just thinking if you wanted to challenge yourself on the next dig, you could try working in like a beat switch or something like that. Like see if you could just go for a totally different chop that still kind of hits the same vibe, or like a totally different drum pattern, just sort of flip the whole thing on its head. And see if you can kind of transition between those two. I think that might be really cool and a really cool way to challenge yourself when you're already operating at such a high level. You know what I mean? Like this is obviously, like, to anybody who put on their headphones during this, they can tell that like there's some serious talent coming off of these guys. Everybody who submitted for the beat challenge this week is incredibly talented. So I'm really appreciative that you guys are still here, still rocking with me, still coming and checking out my ugly bearded mug on these weekends. Man, it's a really cool time. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. And way to go, Jester. You fucking killed that one, man. Awesome. Next up, just because I'm kind of going in order of submission, Jester and SVG were the guys who were the first to submit. They submitted actually a couple of weeks ago. So I'm really just trying to make sure that we get all of their stuff acknowledged because they've been so kind and patient with me. So we're going to go into our boy SVG's next. He also goes by Zero Bothers on the subreddit. My bad for the last episode on that when I was calling you Zero Brothers the whole time. You slid in there right at the last second, and I hadn't had time to, like, I guess, read what was in front of me. So my bad on that, but this is u/Zero Bothers on the subreddit, also known as my boy SVG, very talented individual who brought a very cool beat for us this week. That's kind of distinctly different from some of the other entries. So take a look. Headphones again, please. Listen to those layers come in, y'all. Another fucking wicked one. Damn, SVG. Damn, boy. Damn. That's a fucking crazy one, man. I really dig how you put that together, Ryan. Like, geez, that is so far up my alley, bro. Like that sort of thing. I listen to like music like that all the time. I said this about like that one joint that you submitted for the podcast that me and Cliff do, the Bass Jump podcast, that you have like a really, really cool kind of experimental dig to what you do. And I really, really fucking enjoy it, man. Like it's so forward thinking to me. It's so like outside the box. It's not informed by any specific tradition or anything. It's like quite literally just like, it feels so like digital to me. And I love that, man. Like that beat has the fucking wonk, bro. Like, I don't know, what half the fucking percussive elements that you used are, like where you got those sounds, but god damn, I love them. The flip itself is super, super experimental and eerie. I love the way that the sample comes in, like the vocals from the sample come in around the hook section. It really does remind me of that. Like, I don't mean to keep making these comparisons just because it's like an artist that I really, truly like adore and respect and enjoy. But like, it does kind of remind me of that sort of dichotomy that JPEG Mafia would play with some of his production between like more melodic and traditional sounding music mixed in with these like super fucking weird kind of like off the wall ways of cutting shit up. It's very, very much like that sort of thing to me. Even if it's not like quite as like glitched out or as blown out or anything like that, it has a very like, you're like, it's like the chill version. You know what I'm saying? It's like the like kick back and smoke to it version of that kind of music. And I love that because that sort of approach to hip hop production, at least in like 2023, in my opinion, is very motivated and very informed by aggression. It is very informed by like being as explosive and maximalist as possible. And I think that this is like a really nice, like kind of not an antithesis to it because it's operating within a similar kind of mindset, but it's like way more reserved about itself. It's like too cool for that in a way. So I really fuck with this beat. I do have to say there's a lot, like it's a fucking sick beat. There's a lot of cool panning on the drums too. There's a lot of cool panning in all the beats this week. I like that. One critique that I do have that actually did really stick out to me was, the drums, like the snares and the kicks specifically, could have been mixed a little bit louder. Maybe had some effects thrown on them to give them a little bit more punch. Cause right now they're a little bit like, especially the kicks are a little weak. They don't have that same kind of like level of impact. It doesn't have that like that punch that like Jester and kind of Space Case kind of had this week, where it's like their drums, specifically those kicks, really like impact. And I think that for a beat like this, you could even get away with like letting those drums clip a little bit, or like some soft clipping on there, because that kind of extra heaviness already lends itself to that kind of music anyway. So I wouldn't be scared of like having the drums be too loud. I think that having them louder would be a real asset to this beat specifically. I already love it so much, but like that could really take it to the next level for me. And maybe some more variation in the drum pattern. Maybe. I think that it was already working well with the drums that it had, but that might be a cool way to mix it up every so often. Like I know the drums dropped out for here and there, but they stayed pretty consistent pattern-wise throughout. So maybe play with some extra drum patterns too. But overall, you did an amazing job at bringing in those extra elements. I didn't really play the whole beat, obviously, but the beat itself has like a ton of extra elements that keep coming in as the beat progresses that I really, really like a lot. It seems like in every sense of this instrumental, you've really thought about how to develop it and get the listener from point A to point B without getting bored. And I think you've been really, really successful with that. I love that very, very brief beat switch that you do in the second half, by the way. I think it only lasts for like 4 bars, but that shit was pretty sick too. I really enjoyed this one, man. Yeah, 100%. Keep it up, because you are definitely operating in a tradition of hip hop, or like, not in a tradition of hip hop, but in like an approach to hip hop that is pretty popular right now, and one that I personally am very enthusiastic about. So way to go, man. Please keep contributing to these, because everything that you're doing right now, it's like kind of tailored to me. So shout out to you, homie. I really, really fuck with this one. Yeah, Cliff, exactly. It's the it definitely had a lot of uniqueness to it, most definitely. And then yeah, pushing those drums a little bit further forward would be a good idea. But all in all, man, incredible beat, way to go. It's amazing to have you in here. It's amazing to have you contributing. Please stick around. All right. Next up, submission wise, I think it was, let's take a look. We got Case. We got our boy Case. O space case O or 0 space case 0 u/0 space case 0 on the subreddit. Also goes by Jester Exodus Beats on YouTube. Also goes by Space Case when he's spitting these fucking bars. And my boy, I need to see you in a cypher because I know that you can rap. I know that you can rap firsthand. Let's hear what you cooked up for us instrumental wise though. Bringing in that nice tape grit. I'm into that tape noise. A little bit of vinyl crackle in it. Very East Coast for this one, man. You ready? That's worked in there. I love that. I hope that was your voice. It is. It is very good. Ain't no such thing as too good, Jester. All right, we're going to cut that one there. Man, okay. My boy Case brought it for this one, man. What are you guys in the chat thinking? Well, I mean, I was... Yeah, these beat entries are fucking insane this round, aren't they? I'm right there with you, dude. Like, they are nuts. All, like, every single beat entry it has taken this sample and made it its own. Has built on what they've learned in the past and are like seriously putting out some of the coolest shit that I've ever heard from you guys. Like every single beat entry this week is fire. It is just, man, I actually have proper feedback, but just like, I just need to commend every single person who submitted a beat entry this week. You guys embarrassed me. And my green ass when it comes to doing this shit, but I swear to God, thank you guys so much for continuing to contribute. It is so amazing to have you in here. So Jester Exodus Beats, my boy Space. Real grandiose kind of feeling you brought to this one, man. It has that classic East Coast piano focus chop. It's got that really like nice heap of dust on top. I feel like I'm about to hear like Nas spin some bars about Queensbridge at me. You feel me? Like that's very, very much like it, but it has some emotion to it as well, though. There's like some serious emotion to the way that it all flows, especially how once you come into the hook section, it also sort of swells and just has this very, very like potent drama to it that I absolutely love. I love how that comes in and just mixes it all up. That's going to be stuck in my head for a hot fucking minute, the way that you kind of did that chorus section. I could easily like not only Nas, but I could see like an early Kendrick Lamar going off on maybe like a more West Coast influence version on this sort of beat. It's that drama that it brings, that it's like that it kind of prompts the MC, whatever MC is rapping over it, to really like bring the impact, not necessarily aggression, not necessarily like just authority, but like, no, authority is actually probably a really good way of putting it. Like it really guides the MC through the emotional ebbs and flows of what they should be writing. And I think that that's a mark of a really, really incredible producer, when their beat almost writes your verse for you in a way, because the flow of it and the way that it builds and the way that it kind of dissipates and then comes back and builds again and then works in these other things. I like how you had that like kind of like echo on that delay on the piano that would jump back and forth between the headphones. That was super cool. There's also a really, really wicked sense of space. Your reverb was very well done all throughout this beat. You really like it puts you in a spot, like it puts you in a room, or like a kind of hall or something like that. It's really fire, man. And then obviously those synths that you bring in the hook section too, those like more buzzy kind of like saw blade kind of sine waves, man. Those are fucking nuts. I feel like this one is for sure the most cinematic one, like the most cinematic instrumental this week. Just try to catch up to where I was at. I already mentioned that tape noise in there that I thought which led into the beat and then kind of let it out very good. I know you do that on a lot of your beats. I do like it. It gives it that vintage kind of feel. Hell yeah, brother. Because I don't want to send you away with like no feedback at all, though. I do want to say that I do think that the piano sample does come off like a little harsh to the ear. Like there might be a resonant frequency or two in there that's still kind of wonky. But at the same time, I also understand that you're operating off of an MP3 for this sample, unfortunately, which is not ideal. So it could just be the low quality sample file, which would be, not really much you can do about that. But maybe just try and like listen to it again, play around with it, EQ it out if you do find that there is sort of a resonant frequency that's a little bit bothersome in there. I think that's literally the only thing I could really nitpick about this beat at all. Just like Jester, though, just like Uncle Did It, I do have to say, just because I'm a little bit short on feedback for you this week, I also do kind of want to challenge you. Maybe in the next beat challenge, hit me with a beat switch, bro. Hit me with something that like really kind of goes and has that progression, or even do something with like no hook, where it's just got this like progression from point A to point B, and it never really repeats itself. That's another approach too, for sure. Let me take a look. I ain't been looking at the chat for a second. Yeah, you guys are all just incredible. Shout out to every single producer who went this week. I can't believe I left my own entry for last. I'm gonna be an embarrassed guy. I have no idea how I'm gonna follow that up, but oh well. All right, so just letting you know, guys, I'm a very new producer. I started trying to make beats. I've been making hip hop for like 13 years. I released my first song in 2010, in like August 2010, when I was 12 years old. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've been rapping for a long time. What I never learned to do is make beats. I tried, failed when I was in high school, and I kind of just hung up the mantle after that. But last year, I got a birthday gift. I got a MIDI controller for my birthday, and I was encouraged to give this shit a try. So over time, I have become a lot more able and capable of putting together something that actually doesn't suck. I think that this is okay. It's definitely not going to impress you like the last couple joints did, but I'll show you guys, because this is only the second beat that I've ever felt comfortable enough to like share with people, really. So let me cue this one up. I think I called this one Damn. This is Damn. It is for the NoCNotes Beat Challenge number 3. It is produced by ZakNoC. Let's go. Here you go, guys. I can't believe I have to follow up Jester Exodus beats with this shit. All right, I've got enough. Word. All right, it's you guys' turn to hit me with that feedback now. Yeah. Ryan, try out a more trap influence beat next time. That'd be cool. Jester, I'm glad you liked that. It was just like, honestly, it was an excuse to try out YouTube Shorts for the most part. Jester made a joke, or Jester Exodus Space Case, he made a joke that he couldn't hear the sample in my beat. So I was like, haha. I went and threw together a little like 1 minute YouTube short just to prove that I did. Because yeah, I like to get really outside the box with production. I really enjoy like outside the box production, like in rap that I listen to. So that's a really, really big kind of thing for me personally. I want to be able to like, you know, go off the wall, man. I want to be producing shit like SVG is by the end of the year, basically. Yeah, that was kind of like a mid 2000s Pharrell joint. That is a massive compliment. Yeah, I like that kind of skeletal vibe. I'm a huge Clips fan, so that's a really big compliment personally. I guess, yeah, maybe you can kind of hear that nature in it. Yeah. The percussive elements are really working. Yeah, so like I use Logic for pretty much everything. They have a really dope like piano roll, like not a piano roll, like I don't know what to call it. It's a lot like FL Studio's way of doing drums. It's kind of copied from FL. Yeah, bouncy percussive driven beats are like my fucking thing for sure. I like it a lot. I love weird sounding drums. That's like the thing that I really nerd out on, is like stuff that really subverts your expectations. So actually a lot of my drum sounds aren't drums necessarily. I get like funky sound packs and stuff like that. I'll like go and like crawl splice for like weird sounds and shit. Or like just I'll go find like royalty free sample packs online, and I'll like find the weirdest little one shots that I can. And then I'll just go chop them up and use all of those as my drums. Because like even like mouth noises sometimes I'll get like a weird click or a pop in between like lines in a rap verse, and then I'll cut out my mouth noise and like use it as a weird clicky kind of drum sound and like a different beat or something like that. I don't know. I find that shit pretty cool. Not too many elements in it. That little like wah, 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 wah. Yeah, that was also part of the sample. So like I was just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck, man. I've only ever made like 2 beats that I think are like half decent. So, and that was one of them. So like, I'm glad that you guys kind of dig it. If you guys want to go and like drop some extra feedback on the subreddit, I'd really appreciate it, because I am super fucking new at this. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the feedback, guys. Cliff, I'm glad that you, this game called Spelunky called Worm. It reminds me of, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I love that experimental sound. It reminds me of a more cohesive version of this song from a game called Spelunky called Worm. Interesting. Okay, I might have to go check out Worm. Word. But yeah, that is it for our beat challenge this week, guys. So sorry for the 2-week delay. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if everybody has time, everybody who's submitted for this beat challenge, you guys can get in for the next one. Winner will be announced at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and then I'll post the maybe we should that's fine. Yeah. Winner will be announced at 5 o'clock tomorrow. I will contact the winner ASAP, and then we will get the new thread posted ASAP. So it won't necessarily follow the same schedule as it usually does, but we're doing our best. And with that note, we are closing out the beat challenge. I want to put my hands together. Thank you so much to every single one of our incredibly talented producers for contributing this week. It was a little bit different getting you guys up in here first, but I think that you guys were really patient, like SVG, Case, Jester, you guys were all really patient when it came to this. So thank you guys so much. And let's get into our cipher entries, which we had a lot of action with this week. I think we had 6 entries. So it's let's see, we got myself, we got our boy Blood Red, also known as Redistopheles on the subreddit. We got our boy Friendly Purchase, most improved 2 weeks in a row. Let's see if he can grab it for 3. Friendly Purchase 82 on the subreddit, also known as AD Rocky. my boy Ashton. We got my boy Cliff, also known as u/Megathead96 on the subreddit. And then we also got our boy Different Bus 2005, also known as Broken Twins, also known as We Need to Beat Productions. You know, he got a lot of names, bro. He got a lot of names. And then obviously my boy Ryan SVG, he also dropped something in here, I believe. I'm trying to find it. Ooh. Yo, Ryan. Am I tripping, or is your entry no longer in the thread? I might be tripping. I might not be able to read. Let me try this shit. Could have sworn I saw that in there. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. We'll figure it out. Ryan, if I'm tripping, just let me know. Send me over. Yeah. I'll let him know. I'll send him a DM. But yeah, Ryan, I'm not sure if you did. I'm pretty sure you submitted a cipher entry, but I'm not seeing it on here. So maybe just send me a Reddit DM with that in there really quick. That'd be great. But word, we will get started on the entries. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I'm gonna just start with mine because honestly, guys, I had to throw this together a little bit just because of how busy I've been. The last entry, the last winner was our boy Redistopheles, also known as Blood Reds. Great to have you in here, my guy. And the beat was produced by Jester Exodus Beats. So our theme this week is describe a nightmare or situation that made you anxious. My entry was kind of in more of a nightmare thread. It actually relates to a dream that I had a very long time ago about a very spooky concept. I ended up writing a short story about it too for one of my creative writing classes. But let's get into it, y'all. My entry I called, let me take a look. What did I call it? I think it was like Body and Soul or something like that. So we're gonna get right into it. I'll just kick it off. Zach Tovin, Body and Soul, produced by our boy Jester Exodus Beats. Let's get in it. Very eerie kickoff. This is a great one. Thank you for Jester Exodus for the donation to this beat. Thank you to our boy Redistopheles, also known as Blood Red, for picking it out. Let's see what I got. I can't see nothing, but I can feel the pain insane. They stripping off the skin and still preserving every vein. Nerves were made to break, and when the scalpel slice again, simply fabricated when they say there ain't a thing a second past death. And we strictly living in the past tense, but truthfully, the body still be feeling when the soul's left. The brain were made intact, and everything within a fact. Cause when the scalpel come to pass cross the chest, you gon' have some regrets, and wish the rest of you would meet your death. The grim reaper sneak the spirit, not the rest. And people need to realize, establish and theorize that there be a divide between the body and the mind that leaves some implications. Bodies donated to scientific vocations, the final fiery moments prior to cremation, when autopsy be necessary in situations. Honestly, I'm hoping I don't make it disintegrating. Yeah, so that was Body and Soul. That's what I had there. Produced by Jester Exodus Beats, theme picked by our boy Blood Red, also known as Redistopheles on the subreddit. Shout out to our boy. Stay hydrated, guys. I was grabbing some water there. You saw it a second ago. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Ryan, thank you for taking a look for that cipher entry. I might just be stupid. I'm sorry if I'm just stupid. Don't worry about me. We'll figure it out. We'll get it up there. But yeah, so that one, it was based on a dream that I had a really long time ago, based on a short story that I did for my creative writing class. Just the kind of concept of like the body and like the soul of somebody. Like, you know, it's very customary to say that like once somebody passes away and their soul leaves their body, it's kind of like, you know, they're gone already. And then, you know, what happens to the body after that? And this was kind of the dream that I had, was as if I'd already like died, but like my body was like could still feel things. So it was like kind of spooky shit. Definitely freaky. Definitely a little. So yeah, that was what I did for that one. Our boy Blood Red picked a much slower paced beat than we usually rock with this week. It was only 78 BPM, so it was it's tough for me. I struggle with slower flows, so I had to get really creative about my inflection to fill in that space. Cliff, I'm glad that you were digging what I did with that. Yeah, I really had to switch it up. His blood kind of forced that experimentation out of me. And I've definitely never done anything like that before, but I might try some more because I really like drawing out my kind of background layers like that. It gives me like a kind of, almost like who's that dude from Rat King? Am I thinking of Wiki? I'm not sure. Maybe not. But yeah, I might experiment with that a little more, man, because I'm into that. It was fun to play around with for sure. But there are other entries this week. I'm not going to riff about mine for too long, like I said, because it was done pretty briefly. I think I threw it together last night at like 9 p.m. or some shit. Let me get in here. We got our boy Blood Red that we're going to go in with. My boy Blood Red dropped a track called Trapped for this one. So let's see what our boy Blood had cooking up for us this week. Thank you so much for the amazing topic choice and the amazing instrumental choice, dog. Thank you for going the extra mile and reaching out to Case for us to see if we could use this beat. That's awesome, man. Thank you. So let's see what you got. Keeping the spooky intro.
At my ceiling, this pitch black and my wife beside me. She must be dreaming, I feel disturbed but still breathing lightly. Trying to get some rest myself, but my head isn't staying tethered. Laying there in silence, that's when I detected shift in pressure. Started with the ringing that in itself wasn't unpleasant, but slowly rose in intensity till it was deafening. Heart racing faster than it had ever did. I tried to shield my ears, but the movement in my arms ain't fucking register. Panicked, I tried to scream to get my wife's attention, but my mouth ain't fucking opening in the way that my brain's directing. I start sweating, helpless and waiting for death to settle in, until the thought occurs to me that I might already be dead. I felt like I was came and went, screaming in my head, using every ounce of willpower and trying to move my leg. Just when I begin to accept that this is how shit is, I joked awake this morning and my motor skills working again.
Yo, those doubles, am I right, bro? Yes, Cliff, you are right the fuck on there. Those doubles were fucking crazy. And conceptually, that shit was fucking crazy, man. The sleep paralysis dig was a very cool avenue to take with this, Blood. Man, yeah, that was just, your mixing's getting so much better and so much more creative. Your approach to this reduced tempo is actually pretty suitable for you. I mean, you really, the way that you approach a vocal is like very like, it's got a lot of like heft to it in a really good way. And I think that this kind of gives you, like, this kind of BPM gives you the freedom to go over things and really emphasize and lean into your delivery. And the doubles also, like, really added to the eerie vibe of everything. Like, the way that you had those pitched was awesome. This is a really, really this motherfucker does it again indeed, bro. Like, it's Ryan, you are spot on there, my guy. This one was a nutty one for sure. I absolutely dig the shit out of this. I'm trying to think of like any other little things that I could kind of say in the meantime. I mean, the bars were hard to me. I think that the delivery was really well done. I mean, I think that the mix was cleaner. Are you recording indoors yet? Let me know. Let me know if you're recording indoors yet, Blood, because you should be, man. It might. No, he does not miss. He just don't miss. It's impossible. Like Blood is allergic to L's. Blood is 100% allergic to L's. Hardcore, man. I fuck with this entry heavy. You picked a great topic this week. You picked a great beat that really suited you this week, and you delivered. And you know what? If somebody's gonna pick the beat, if someone's gonna pick the topic, and they're not gonna give it their all, they're not gonna be able to, like, capitalize on that, then man, what the fuck? So we didn't have to worry with that about your entry this week. Absolutely fantastic, man. I'm like really, really trying to kind of come up with something to direct you towards, or to like, highlight. But honestly speaking, dog, I mean, I think for what this is, it's hitting the mark. It's hitting all of the marks that it needs to. The recording quality on your vocal has like a little bit of distortion or mud to it just because of the nature of like how you record. I mean, like, but honestly, like, it's not really noticeable with your voice over top of it, especially on a beat like this. It still isn't very noticeable at all. It almost sounds like you mixed it on purpose that way, just to like give it an extra bit of an eerie vibe. And like, god damn, those doubles, I love that shit. So I might re-listen to this a little bit later, because like I said, I did not have time to prep feedback. Yeah, that distortion, exactly. I'm right there with Cliff, actually. But yeah, I might slide some extra feedback in your DM a bit later. I didn't have like specific things easily to point to, just off of a one listen kind of go at it. But if I do come up with anything like substantial, I'll send you a DM. Thank you very much for that this week, my friend. You stay just impressing the living hell out of everybody, man. Way to go. Way to go. If our boy Uncle Deedit, also known as Jester, is the crown producer prince of the subreddit, you are very, very quickly trying to be the crown rapper prince yourself, man. You're killing this shit. We got our boy Cliff, whose slacker ass took a fucking session off because of allergies. My boy, how dare you? Come on. I don't care if you got a snot all over your mic. I don't give a shit, man. I want to hear your I want to hear you rap like this, bro. I want to hear your clogged up sinuses, and I want to hear you spitting. But at least I get to hear you spitting. I'm playing, by the way. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're feeling good. This is good enough to contribute this week. All right, this is what we got for Cliff this round. Another one produced by our boy Jester Exodus Beats. This one is called Help. Let's see what Cliff did with this round. Whoa. These extra like thematic voiceovers in the beginning are fucking awesome. Okay.
The smell of rotting corpse fills my lungs. Blood drips from the ceiling, drenching me like the most horrific form of baptism. I see my life flash before my eyes. Homicide, psycho like the movies on a Friday night. No words describe the monster. Enough arms to harm an army. How could I expect them not to harm me? Slime sweats like perspiration, smelling like desecration, and I struggle to find some air to fucking breathe. I whisper out a scream. My voice has been taken. Laughter fills the room, yet the room remains vacant. I try to make a move, but my body's stuck in place, and I cannot fucking take it. The closer that he draws, the closer my soul's to vacation. My heart's the only thing that's racing. Somebody help before it takes me. The only remains are faces, like a 2D live action face painting. Is this a damn dream or the reality that's waiting? Fuck, save me.
My boy Cliff. Wow, dog. That was really fucking good. I'm just letting the beat ride to make sure there's no more vocal in here. Yeah, that reverb black. Okay. We got this. Hang on. Okay, I let the beat ride just to make sure. Wow. Yo, dog. I'm like so fucking happy you like making music with me. Cause like dog, the way that you like your cadence and your delivery for that, where like at this point you're like acting while you're on the mic. Like, you know, when you're going for a concept like this, you are like inserting yourself as an actor in a fucking movie, man. And like that whole thing, like that intro that you had with like the shivering and the kind of fucking gasps and shit, like a really creative intro. Like I don't know, like I haven't heard all the entries obviously, so maybe someone else did that sort of thing too, but like you really leaned into it and like added that extra conceptual depth to what you were doing, and that's really commendable, bro. I'm like really into what you just did on that. Agreed with Jester. Way to attack that beat. Your style completely came through, even though you had to like really take pause like I did as well, as like kind of like learned how to hold it back. Agreed with Jester. Reverb laugh was fire. This shit was sinister as fuck, man. Like it really made me feel like it inserted me into a horror movie. Like this, I really felt like I was in some shit when I was listening to this, bro. This is fucking cool. Damn, bro. I'm like, you blew me away with that. You really blew me away. That might be like my favorite Cypher entry of yours, actually. Because like, it was just so thematically perfect from my opinion. Like I really dug that. Chat, everybody give Cliff his flowers. I don't know. Sorry, Blood. You might have some competition for Crown Rapper Prince of r/NoCNotes. That was an amazing entry. Just the talent is so fucking palpable in this chat, y'all. In this subreddit, it's amazing to just watch you guys do what you do, and like really fucking kill it. Cliff. One recommendation I would have is maybe, and it's mixing, is play around with your reverbs just a little bit more. I feel like I would have had that vocal running through like a little bit of a heavier, more like spacious reverb. But again, that's all I really got, man. Like just a couple of mixing things. Your delivery was fantastic. The way that you were working on that beat was fantastic. I'm right there with Ryan, man. You get like 10 fire emojis out of 10 fire emojis, bro. That was sick. I'm right there with that. That was amazing. Damn, dude. Yeah, no, you did a great job, like fucking stepping up like that, bro. Absolutely. Like Blood is a very talented guy. You're a very talented guy. I think every single person contributing is a very talented person. And we have a lot of people who are like, and it's like the growth is just nuts. So I'm just taking a quick peek at the subreddit, just trying to go track down. There we go. Okay, so I do have our boy Zero Bothers, also known as SVG's entry now. It is now showing up for me. And it's saying it was posted 9 hours ago, so I don't know what was happening before. Before that, Different Bus was the last guy on my list. So thank you very much for making sure that landed for me. We're going to go right into your entry then, my friend. You were one of the folks who contributed to both the beat challenge and to the cipher for this round. So big shout out to you, maximum participation marks. And honestly, you're definitely in the cards for like some very strong... I mean, you're in the cards for a win on the beat challenge for me, in my opinion. So let's see what you did with this beat here. Let's see what you did with the theme and the beat that Blood chose for us this week. This is our boy Zero Bothers, /Zero Bothers on the subreddit, also known as .svg on SoundCloud. Let's see what our boy has for us. The song is called Many Bothers, Big Riot.
Shit.
Produced by Jester Exodus Beats. It is the NoCNotes Cypher Volume 4.
You can call me Ryan. You can call me
hell yeah.
Big Riot.
Big Riot.
On Reddit, my name is Zero Bothers, but if I'm being honest,
I'm sorry.
I got a lot of bothers. I'm an outsider. Trapped inside my mind, dope rider, trying to find the words to free me before I meet with my demise. You see me roam the world in human like disguise, and at times I feel accepted, I don't know what that implies. I used to stutter as a child, try to be precise. Every syllable is biblical, a miracle I ride. And yet I'm quiet, rather private, a Goliath that resides. And he's staring through my eyes, all the shit that I abide. I be doing ciphers and pretending I belong there. Oh yeah, and when I'm feeling like a launch hit, I won't fold on what's going on here. Run these ones, don't care if y'all cheer. My presence isn't a fluke, but I probably wanna puke as you play this, if you only knew. Shout out to the homie that made me follow through.
Goddamn right, bro. Okay, that was a very different angle to take conceptually for this from what I've heard so far. Me, Blood, and Cliff all went for like the thick nightmare angle. So for you to kind of go more into the personal anxiety kind of vibe is very, for one, it's really well written. I was reading along to the lyrics while you were doing that, and listening when they were really obvious. I love how well you do over a slow pace beat. Your flow is really, really sick. I'm just kind of looking a little bit closer in here at some of these bars. And yeah, man, they're like, again, it's like a very well written, very cinematic, very well done sort of vibe. And I'm really loving how you ride over top of this sort of beat. And yeah, big shout out to the homie that made you follow through. Cause like, it's amazing to have you in here and to hear you doing so well in these ciphers. I think that the really subdued delivery actually serves this quite well. I think that the mix again, like Cliff, should have had a little bit more reverb on the vocal to give it a kind of sense of space. Even like I find with the eerie cuts, it's pretty easy to like overdo your reverb as long as you EQ it nicely. And then like it gives it like a very ghostly kind of sound without being harsh to the ear, too many reflections, you know what I'm saying? So all in all, very, very strong entry from like the actual delivery and written standpoint for sure. Again, I liked having that intro in there. When you corrected when you talked about the zero bothers on the subreddit, but also you do have many bothers. I laughed at that on the sole basis that like I fucked up your name so many times last round. So if you put that in there for me as like a mild correction, I appreciate it. But yeah, that cracked me up a little bit. I like that. It was cool to have another intro. Like I said, I mean, a couple of people just let the beat ride, myself included. You and Cliff, you made use of that extra time, which I think is a really good idea. So yeah, go you, fam. Like I said, I think that the mixing itself just could have been a bit ghostlier for the instrumental vibe. But the way that you were talking about your experiences, that little kind of laugh that you had at one point on one of the deliveries, like it really brings your personality through. And I'm kind of a personality junkie when it comes to rap cuts, and rappers. Like it's that kind of, that attitude to it. And like, it was almost like it kind of personified this almost like nervous reaction where it was like a nervous kind of laughter. When you were talking about feeling like you wanted to puke and shit, it was, the cadence was almost like you were trying to like convince yourself that you were less kind of freaked out than you were, but then the lyrics were reinforcing the true reality. And it kind of like created this very cool dichotomy between like, it really like exemplified sometimes how those anxieties can work, how you're like, there's a division between what you have to put on the outside and what you want to like actually feel on the inside. And I thought that was really well done. So all in all, man, way to go. Really enjoyed this cypher entry. I'm really happy to have you in here again. Please keep contributing because you're an excellent contributor to the subreddit for these past couple of weeks. It's really wicked to have you in here, dog. Thank you so much. All right. Next up, who do we got? We've got our boy. I've played mine. I've played Cliffs. I've played Bloods. I've played SVGs. Let's go into our boy Friendly Purchase 82. Let's see what he's got. I think I heard an early version. I think I heard an early version of this one. And he asked me for some advice on it. So I think he's re-uploaded since then. Let's see what he's got. Our boy Friendly Purchase 82 on the subreddit, also known as 80 Rocky on SoundCloud. My boy Ashton, let's see what he's got going on.
Yo, what up, bitches?
A lot of intros this week. Okay, I was talking too early.
Cypher 4.
4.
Everything I'm about to talk about is true. This shit happened the day I turned 15. Y'all finna hear some fucking dark ass shit. Yo. The most uncomfortable experiences that I've ever had was when my sister had got raped by my dad. Motherfucker. What made me weary is a bitch. When they drop it at the floor is what I was hearing, it was shit. Sneak away and get a hammer for his ass. I ain't wanna bash my dad, but I had to. And then after, I smelled them coffee and donuts from grown-ups and badges. My ass got holed up in a cell. My life was hell. See, there's a place called heaven and a place called jail. And I never got impaled with bells, so I just stayed there, rotting up in a cell. Motherfucker, I'm jotting in my cell. It was hell just to dwell, but it ended well. Because I had got sent to I got sent up to my mama's in the tell. Shit, in the tell, well I meant the hell. Had a second coming in this bitch. My boyfriend was nothing but rockets, fucking up his pricks. Mental health like no other real motherfucker in this bitch. She had made me fucking just go and punch him in his chin. I felt the crack, mom held me back like shit. I know. So then I moved to Mississippi. Girls will get this freaking dick and sip me muscle big ass titties. So then guess what, this little teeny prickly living with his granny till she lost her home cause her man tried to grab him. And I fucked him up. What's the moral? Well, I should be not the one to fuck with when he's scared as crap G.
God damn. Okay, so this one I'm gonna admit, just because the theme was taken so seriously this round, like I admit that this one is a little bit like almost difficult topically, like for me to listen through. Not in a bad way. It's just that the story itself has so much like visceral impact on me that it like gives it that sense of difficulty. It's very, very real. And like very unnerving. Like, I mean, you said right at the very beginning, and we've had conversations about it, that like that was a like a true story of some shit that happened in your life, and like, goddamn, dude. I mean, I'm glad that you have found enough peace to be able to like write about that and kind of exercise those emotions in that way, because it's very, very fucked up, like top to bottom. But like as far as your rapping specifically goes, I'm like so tempted. I think on the next podcast, dude, I'm going to play your first cipher entry and then I'm going to play this, because your flow has actually gotten so much better to the point where your timing is correct for pretty much every syllable. You've altered your delivery so that it's not so, and it actually has like a very definitive kind of impact on the rhyming words. Like, I think that was a piece of advice I might have given you last time. You really, bro, are like, you're thinking about things differently. Your doubling is better. Your ad libs are better. They could be mixed a bit differently. Obviously, your levels are a bit off here and there, especially with the one with like the sun. No, you could have mixed that a lot lower. Maybe thrown some like extra reverb and stuff on that. But I also recognize that you are like, if anyone doesn't know, our boy Friendly Purchase, our boy 80 Rocky, he does all of this shit with like a Blue Yeti and a cell phone. Like his all of the tunes that he puts together is a Blue Yeti USB microphone and a cell phone. He's doing this shit on BandLab. So the fact that you've been able to like pull that all together and like you're literally sitting here making your shit on your goddamn cell phone. Like, we've all got like big like computers with like digital audio workstations and stuff like that at our disposal. The fact that you are like growing so quickly, and not only that, but growing to a point where you're like actually becoming competitive in these ciphers. Like, it just, it makes me feel good that this feedback has been so beneficial to you, and that you should feel good about yourself because your hard work has done the same for you. And it's just, it's crazy to me. I think that like lyrically it could be improved, obviously, just a little bit, man. Like instead of being so blunt about some of the details, maybe like I think I read like Cliff gave you some feedback, like similes and metaphors are a great way to kind of mix it up a little bit. I think you use simile quite a bit, but like maybe metaphors, instead of saying very bluntly something, maybe come up with like a way to say it without saying it, quote unquote. Look up some metaphor tutorials and those sorts of things, man. Because they could go a long way with taking your writing to the next level. But the number one thing that you needed to tidy up, that you kind of struggled with prior, was your flow. And the flow is booty hole tight now, bro. You're killing it. I'm very like proud to have watched your growth so far over these past few months. And then looking at Cliff, like look, every single person in here, man, is like bossing you up. Because of how crazy the growth is, just week over week, man, or like a session over session. Like even Cliff himself, yeah, the vocals are cleaned up, the doubles are a great addition, and it's just a great way to put your emotions into this. I heard an early version of this one, and now it just improves, and now it just proves how improved you are. Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Like, man, you told me that you wanted to, like, every single time I send you away with feedback, you come back and you tell me, you're like doing the extracurricular. You hit me in the DM, you'll be like, yo, dude, what do you think of this? Or how can I make this better? What should I be thinking about here? And like, that mindset is so important to improvement. It's so conducive to improvement. When I first started doing this feedback show, there was guys that I would give feedback to that was way less harsh than some of the shit I've thrown at you, and they'd like get heated about it. Like, people would be like, no, I'm already perfect. Fuck you. Fuck your opinion. You don't know shit anyway. And like, those people are still, and those people are still making like trash music. You know what I mean? Those people are still out here making trash music. Whereas you're out here in my DM, how can I clean this up? How can I take this to the next level? How can I make this better? What do I do about this? You're like putting in the fucking work, bro. And you're doing it on a cell phone, man. You're like, You're a beast, man. And you told me you want to win one of these ciphers. And I personally, man, I think you're well on your way. I definitely think you're well on your way. You have some skills that obviously need to be developed, but they are developing at a fucking whirlwind pace. So shout out to you, my boy. Yeah, wow. As for the feedback, yeah, work on getting a little more metaphorical. Work on saying without saying. Work on just getting, I really want to get you like I really want to find a way to get you in front of like a proper DAW, man, because I feel like once you have your hands on some proper like computer equipment, you're gonna just you're gonna be rolling, man. Way to go to our boy Friendly Purchase 82 on the subreddit. Way to go to our boy AD Rocky on SoundCloud. Most improved 3 weeks in a row by far. This motherfucker's out here. Yeah. Here's Cliff. Zach and I send rough ass demos to each other almost once a week. You cannot grow alone, and great job on using the ones around you to help you with a positive mindset to grow. Great job. Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with that, my guy. Big shout out to you. Absolutely. I think we have one more cipher entry. I'm just going to do a quick visual scan. We got Redistopheles, also known as Blood Red, has been covered. We've got Megathead96, also known as Cliff, covered. We have Friendly Purchase 82, also known as AD Rocky, covered. We have XVI Music, also known as ZakNoC, also known as Zach Tovin, covered. We have Different Bus 2005 on the subreddit, also known as Broken Twins, also known as We Need to Beat Productions, not covered. So let's take a look at our boy over here. I'm going to get this tidied up for y'all. Let's see what we got. Hang on. U/Different Bus 2005 on the subreddit. Goes by Broken Twins on SoundCloud. Used to go by We Need to Beat Productions. Maybe sometimes still goes by We Need to Beat Productions. We'll see what's up. There we go. This one's called Another Nightmare. It's produced by Jester Exodus Beats. So I'll DM you for a correction, homie. Because that's the wrong producer, Loki.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Wait, that's not my song. I'm having a dream in a nightmare. Hope it don't last any long. Can't fall asleep, I'm waking at dawn. Look at my feet, mud from the lawn. Can't even breathe, I'm feeling withdrawn. I'm thinking I'm big, but I am a pawn. Shit, I think that I'm sleepwalking. I hear the beat talking. Climb up the tree, look at the window. Guess I just keep stalking. Minding my business, having some fun. Guess I'll just keep gawking. I think I may run for the tree, now I gotta keep jogging. This is inception, I fell in love with deception. Can't even find a connection, living depression. Even afraid of my own reflection. They need the only fan for attention. I keep a gun on me for protection of myself. Ain't even listen no more, like kids when they're holding a lesson. I hear voices everywhere. Won't get up, I won't dare. Now I gotta say a prayer. I'm sick of this and I swear it's just another nightmare. My demons, they don't fight fair. These sleeping pills don't work. Now I really don't care.
What? Oh, he's still going. He's still going.
More pills, I guess. Just down the more down. Pass me the other one, pass me. Fuck, get out of my head. Get out of my head!
Wow. What a way to close out the show this week. Guys, chat, did you guys hear that? I need some fire emojis in the chat. I need some water emojis. That shit was wet as fuck. What? Okay, so a triplet flow was the very last thing I was expecting to hear over this instrumental. I think Blood had expressed to me that his entire purpose for picking this beat, the entire purpose for picking this beat was to get rappers to slow down and like really challenge themselves on those slower flows. You said fuck that shit and snuck in like the most fire fucking triplet I may have ever heard from you, and I'm so excited that you did that. Like, my expectations were crazy subverted there. So I think that I'm having like a bit of a visceral reaction to it just based on the fact that like I was not expecting to hear that. And I really fuck with what I heard, like super heavy actually. That 3 a.m. That 3 a.m. reference right at the beginning was perfect. I like that you had some like intro digs, if I'm remembering correctly. I love the outro kind of hook vibe that you were bringing. I think the sung vocals could have been louder there, but that's the only real critique I have on that section. God damn. Okay, let's see. I'm reading some of Cliff's feedback that he gave you. That he could have had more changes within it. The one from top to the one from the up tempo flow to a more slow flow. But honestly, that's just a preference thing. Yeah, I'm gonna disagree. With Cliff's kind of take there. No offense, Cliff. Like you said in the comment, it's different strokes for different folks. But I personally think that the energetic approach to this instrumental, like the energetic approach to flow over this instrumental, was a flawless choice. From the sounds of it, it sounded like he did punch in and did clean up those transitions a lot. So the flow was a lot more precise this week too. And thematically, I also got to boss it up thematically. It was hitting, man. It was hitting. There's something I always say to you guys. There's something I say every single time we do one of these ciphers is hip hop is music first. You know, it doesn't matter how flashy your bars are. It doesn't matter how many like crazy rhyme schemes you fit in that. If it's not a good song, bro, like if it doesn't sound good, it's not good music. It needs to sound like good music. And I think every single rapper brought it this week, but I think that the rapper that had it in their mind that they were like, they had the full encompass of kind of like trying to turn this into like a song. You know what I mean? Like this is music first. I actually think our boy, Different Bus 2005, our boy Broken Twins, our boy We Need a Beat Productions may have had my favorite entry this week. That was fucking crazy. I loved the energy that was brought. I loved the approach to it. All in all, I super fucked with that approach, man. That was nuts. See, you've been a consistent contributor since the Hip Hop Warzone days. And it's just been really, really fucking cool to watch you do what you do. But I think that for one of the next like cypher joints, we should probably go in a more trap influenced direction, because like you basically took that beat and you went over it like it was a trap beat. And you just shone bright, bro. You were shining on us. Everyone shone in their own way this week. Everyone was shining in their own way this week, of course. But I enjoyed the living fuck out of that. Yeah. Play around with the sung vocals, like boost those up a bit. But like, I think there was like one tiny second where like the flow may have fallen off just a little bit. I'd have to re-listen to be sure. I think it was, if it was though, it was very, very small. Yeah, I like that so much. I almost want to recommend you reach out to Space, like 0 space case 0 on the subreddit, and see if you can like build that track out more and finish it, because it's a boom bap kind of beat with like a total trap approach. And that's so fucking creative to me. Like I really, really, really fuck with that heavily, actually. I'm like super impressed by that one this week. What a way to close out the show, guys. Oh my God. Nice meaty episode this week. We had a lot of amazing entries. Every single motherfucker in here brought their all. I firmly believe it. Every single motherfucker in here brought their all. And it shows, guys. Like I want to give like another welcome to Ryan, who has now, proven himself to be willing to contribute consistently. We really appreciate it around here, Ryan, also known as Zero Bothers on the subreddit, also known as .seg on SoundCloud. Super fucking cool to have you around here, man. And you know what, watching this community grow slowly but surely with like really, really engaged, quality, talented individuals, or like people who are just really committed to improvement and really committed to like getting themselves to the top of this motherfucking list. Like it is so great to just do this with you guys and check in every couple of weeks and just kind of shoot the shit. It's awesome, guys. So thank you so much. I'm going to close it out here. I'm going to go and get started on term paper that I have due for my English class in 12 days. My 19th century Canadian English literature class. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for all the amazing contributions this week. I do not take this for granted, guys. I have so much fun with you guys in here. So thank you so much. Do all the YouTube digs, like the video, subscribe to the channel, give this little thing a share. Just for those of you who don't know, the live stream actually does get chopped up and posted as its own video later on. So just, make sure if you do share it, you share the final copy that gets reposted a couple hours after, the one that I posted to the subreddit. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell as well, so you know when we're coming through. Stay hydrated. Take care of yourselves. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, a fantastic couple of weeks. I hope you keep having a fantastic time, y'all. I love you all so much. Thank you so much. ZakNoC out. Peace.